Hey everyone, this is Saito, and even though I'm like 2 days late, I have some news to tell you. Recently, Genshin has been in a lot of drama, not only for Natlan, which I made the video about, but this time it was for Neuvillette, so I will just tell you everything about it. So let's just jump right into the video. So a few days ago, Genshin released an announcement where they just said that they were going to nerf Neuvillette. It was a bug fix, and I get it. Also, to me, it doesn't seem fair what he's able to do. Basically, it was a bug, let's call it bug even when it's not, where you could just keep spinning while doing Neuvillette's Hydroblast. So this is fine. I mean, to me it's not even that terrible, but the problem is that this was released like 8 months after he got released. That's an interesting time to find a bug. And the real reason, I think, it's because in the version 5.0 there will be Mualani, the new Natlan 5-star Hydro, that will be probably stronger than Neuvillette if he gets nerfed. But the problem is simple, that Neuvillette is an absolute monster. He's incredibly powerful, like you can see it by so many videos, like you can see him literally solo the Spiral Abyss without anyone else. So that was a pretty hard task for them to make someone even stronger than him, and they tried by doing that. So just remove the ability to spin like a madman, and in that way Mualani would have got more like recognition, because she'd be at least like number 2, even though I don't think she would be stronger than him even like that. Like, I have no idea what she would be able to do to be even stronger than him, but I mean, we will see. So many people as always complained and were like, yeah, but don't do that, you're a piece of shit, you're doing this just to make people buy the new Shark Girl, it's not fair. This would have probably been ignored if it was for Hoyoverse. However, the Chinese players got a bit too upset, so what did they do? They reported this fucking thing to the government, saying this was customer fraud because they were doing this to increase the sales and stuff like that. And to me this is fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. Do you know how many games usually do this scammy technique? I mean, you can think of 1,000 games, like think of Clash Royale. There are many games who just release a character, after a while they nerf it because it's new, like think of so many fighting games. But I guess these games aren't in China, because the first thing they did was report this stuff to the government and then threaten them to dox them and stuff like that. It was fucking crazy. It was a crazy day for them. So after 14 hours, not even a full day, they were like, no, we made a big oopsie, a big mistake. So they just put back the spin to win ability, and they will release it, I think, in the next patch. Like, for this version you don't have it, but in the next one you will. And they just gave us 1,600 Primogems just for that. Like, this says a lot of stuff, you know that? Like, this says a lot. The first thing is very simple. Anything that people outside of China say, they don't give a shit about it. It's very simple. You can keep complaining about Natlan characters like I do, you can keep complaining about all of this stuff, but if you're not in China, they don't give a shit, because that's where the majority of players are, that's what gives them the most money, and that's what they only care about. They're like Mr. Krabs. The second thing is how quickly they could simply fix so many of this stuff. They could really change everything in the span of a day if they wanted to. So it's not that they could not just go back on any sort of decision if they really wanted to. They could make the characters more black, they could do that. They surely won't, because not many people in the end like the characters to be more black, and that's a big problem. And lastly, this also tells that they will be way more careful in the future to do any of this stuff. And it's also just ironic how easily they got folded. In less than a fucking day, they saw death in the face, they saw the fucking government staring at them, and they were like, no, we made a big mistake, we are gonna put it back, please don't kill us. It's crazy how quickly they crawl back to their decision. Also, to the people that say Genshin isn't greedy, Genshin is a very generous game, this doesn't mean anything. The fact that they gave you 10 pulls doesn't mean absolutely anything. It's an even bigger joke, the fact that they had to drown the complaints into Primogems. It's very sad. Like, they knew how much they fucked up with the community, that they had to give a massive amounts of Primogems for their standards, because fucking Wuthering Waves would have given us like 5 new 5-star characters. And I really hope that people will in the future keep talking about this, because I don't find it fair that they can just ignore any problem with the community by just giving out Primogems. And I don't know, this is so sudden. It's crazy how quickly all of this happened and how much of this happened. And this just tells you how deep things can be sometimes. Like, for us, it's just a silly video game. Like, even if a character gets nerfed, you're like, yeah, that was scummy. I can tell you that it was for a new character to just make them more buffed, and it's fine. Like, you can see it on so many games. But not for Chinese players, it seems. Like, just the first thing they do was pull the fucking trigger and whine to the fucking government. It's crazy, it's really crazy. So in conclusion, will Mualani be stronger than Neuvillette? Absolutely not. I really don't think so. I find it to be very hard to believe, because it's just impossible, I think, to be even stronger than Neuvillette as a Hydro main DPS. And even without the spin to win ability, I don't think she would have still gotten a chance against him. But I mean, she's still not out yet, we have no idea what card they have up their sleeves. So she could actually be stronger than him, but it's very unlikely. But when you think of it, do you really need that? Do you really need a character that does everything by themselves, that just mindlessly destroy all of your enemies? Like, at that point, where's the fun in that? Are you having fun by just having a single team member in a reaction-based game that can just solo everything and everyone? I mean, it could be. Some people enjoy it, but to be honest, I don't. I prefer to have a character that is a bit weaker, but can do some very funny reactions, like take, for example, Gaming, that jumps around and do a lot of stuff, then just have a boring character that can kill God, you know? Also because Genshin isn't a pretty difficult game. It's kind of easy, like you can solo it without having any particularly strong character, so you don't really need to have Saitama in your team to destroy everyone. So my tip as usual is play to have fun, don't play to win, because you can win while having fun. So if you have fun by spinning like a madman, I can understand that. That gorilla brain, I have that one too. And yeah, it's that simple. So if you enjoyed this kind of content, remember to like and subscribe, because that last video I made went pretty well, so I think I will keep making some of these. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye!